Did the administration give Twitter and Facebook talking points over flagging what the president describes as misinformation?
Say that one more time?
Has the administration helped Twitter and Facebook with talking points about what the administration believes is misinformation, or how much coordination is there between the administration and social media companies?
So I don't have anything to share with you on that. I'm not going to comment on that right this time.
Because the attorney generals from Missouri and Louisiana said there's a vast censorship enterprise across a multitude of federal agencies.
Yeah, I'm just not going to comment at this time.
At this hour, there's a report that Gina McCarthy, the president's climate advisor, is stepping down. Is there anything more you can tell us about that?
Yes, she is stepping down. Gina is indeed leaving us. She, as you know, has been a leader in what we have seen as one of the largest investment in dealing with climate change. She is not the first time that she's been in an administration, and we are very sad to lose her. We will have more to share, I'm sure, in the upcoming hours.
And it's about saying to the small businesses and workers in these communities, we know the economy is transitioning. We're moving away from fossil fuels to clean energy. We're moving towards robotics. We're moving towards a more digital economy, a more technical economy. And the point of it is, no one will be left behind, because we're going to retrain workers, we're going to retrain small businesses, and we're going to light up abandoned buildings that may have once trained coal miners and today will train solar installers.
Think of all the people who've been breaking their neck and doing well, doing things that really matter, who are going to become what they're doing because they're going to become obsolete because how things are changing.
You are someone who's worked for 30 years at one of the big three auto companies, and you only know how to work on a traditional auto car, and you're worried, do you have the skills to transition to an electric vehicle economy? What we're saying to you is yes. Yes, because we're going to retrain you, we're going to retrofit small businesses, we're going to do solar installations at an industrial scale over abandoned coal mines.
For the past 19 months, the Biden administration has been doing everything in its power to crush America's soul. They force families to struggle to make ends meet. They debase the national currency so that power is vacuumed out of the middle class and shipped to the bureaucrats in Washington and the day traders of Wall Street. And they see their values, their country, their beliefs trashed in school, censored online, criminalized by the federal bureaucracy. You know, Democrats often say that America is a racist nation. They are wrong. We are a just and noble nation. We are a republic devoted, however imperfectly, to the truth that all are created equal. We are the greatest country in the history of the world.
I'm not sure if I have any more on Ethiopia. Go ahead.
So President Biden laid out last night the problems that the country is facing: divisions, extremism, polarization. What is his message to adversaries around the world who are looking at this and trying to leverage the division in the country, and also allies who are dismayed at the state of democracy in the U.S.?
This is opposite of partisan and about values, much bigger, much higher than that. And that's him working to strengthen democracy in the world. That's what he's going to continue to do. Thanks, everybody.
I gotta go.
Fact, gas prices are 60% higher than what Joe Biden took office. He inherited energy independence from President Trump, but is now traveling the world begging foreign countries for energy to power our country. We have God-given American-made energy we need right here, right now. But Joe Biden has locked it away and raised the price of gas. Is it morally right that our children were forced to stay home from school while politicians dined out? Or when our kids did go back to school, does Joe Biden think our nation's values tell us that it's no longer the content of our character that counts, but rather the color of our skin? Criminals get stimulus checks from Democrats' wasteful spending. Does President Biden think that's right or defensible? Is it fair that historic inflation is causing Americans to get second jobs or go into credit card debt to pay for groceries? And honest Americans know this. They deserve better than to be demoralized for speaking out about what they know to be true. President Biden isn't interested in the truths. All he wants to do is change the subject from the pain Americans are facing every day.
Republican House Leader Kevin McCarthy said this morning that the president does not understand the soul of America. Since we're a year and a half into this presidency and the country is still so divided, could McCarthy have a point?
So let me say a few things about the response to Kevin McCarthy.
So I'm asking about what's the president's relationship and thoughts about Kevin McCarthy today? Does he have a relationship with him? I mean, he could very easily become the next Speaker of the House. Does he talk to him? Does he view Kevin McCarthy as one of these MAGA Republicans who's a threat to democracy?
Here's what I'm going to say. I've already laid out what we think about Kevin McCarthy. We're not going to go into any more specifics on that. This is what we're talking about tonight is what the president's going to deliver to the American people.
Abandoned manufacturing facilities that may have, once made widgets will be, lighted up for new advanced manufacturing in solar panels. What this is about is President Biden is committed to folks who have that anxiety, who've worked in O-line manufacturing, who've worked in the coal industry, who've worked in, traditional combustion engine vehicles, and they're feeling anxious, and we're saying, we are going to be there for you to make sure you're not left behind or left out, and we're going to make investments in your community so you can work in the community where you and your family live.
Market if the price is capped below the cost of production. So given those comments, it's not entirely hypothetical given he's said that. Is the White House concerned that Russia would refuse to sell oil under the cap, which would then cut off supply and potentially raise prices?
Again, the meeting is happening tomorrow. I'm going to let the G7 finance ministers meeting occur, and we'll get back to you on that. But just want to lay out what we've done already, the strong actions that we have taken to ban Russian oil, and U.S. allies have announced plans to wind down their own imports of Russian oil. We've heard them make those announcements, but Putin has continued to try to find new markets for Russian oil. So this is the most effective way, we believe, to hit hard at Putin's revenue, and doing so will result in not only a drop in Putin's oil revenue, but also global energy prices. So we're going to continue to have our conversations with the G7 leaders. This is what's going to happen tomorrow with the finance ministers, and we'll have more to share.